All right, welcome guys. So I'm gonna be talking about five good things after moving to Florida. Right? Okay, this is my car. All right. Let's talk about parking. From there to there, there's always parking here. If you come from New York, you know how hard this is. You know how hard it is to find parking. It's incredibly hard. I'm gonna be taking a tour through the community we chose to live in, and later on I'll tell you exactly how we chose this community, but it's right in the heart, right in the city where we have access to everything. I'm just gonna walk around a little bit while I talk, get my little exercise in. And guys, every day, I promise, my videos will get better. I do have editing apps, but I just say, you know what, I'm gonna just get out there and start. I'm just gonna start. It is what it is. It's not about being perfect. It's about getting out there and learning how to speak better on on the mic. Which, if you guys follow along, you will see as we go. One thing that I am also working on, which is why I don't really show myself much, is because, like I said in the video before, I am working on another project where I want you guys to follow as we show our weight loss transformation after just moving to a warmer state. I just, I track my activity through my watch and the fitness ring and whatever. Just follow, and I've been way more active since I've lived here. I come outside to walk more. And today we're just gonna do the community, right? 5 things. So we already started with the parking. Come out straight from your apartment, your car's right there. Anytime you go shopping, you don't gotta worry about getting a ticket because the car is double parked. Oh, my parking lot was a couple blocks away from my apartment back in New York, so that was a headache. Anytime you go to BJ's, Costco, or whatever, have a major haul. That's another complex right over there. It's a lot of good places to be here. I really enjoy so far. I've enjoyed it. Only thing that's been hard is, thinking about when am I gonna start getting a paycheck. But God has His ways. But yes, we said parking. Another thing that I would like to show is the actual apartment itself. But we have to clean it. But it's a 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms, 2 full bathrooms. It's almost 1,500 square feet. I'm telling you, for way cheaper than I was paying in New York. Way cheaper. You have everything across the street. You have a Publix, you have a Walmart, you have, what else? You have a whole bunch of things. This is across the street. If you wanted to walk, you can just walk. Obviously, we have 2 cars, like I mentioned before. So we don't do much walking unless I'm coming out to, just get my steps in. So far, that part has been good. My daughter, like I say, she loves coming to the pool, which I will give you another tour, a little tour of it. And you know what? Maybe once I'm finished with this walk, I might jump in myself, just for a quick dip. But this is one of the things that we don't get in New York, or it depends where you're at. It depends. This right here is a community. I guess like clean your car space. You can vacuum your vehicle. You have some water there. You can, I don't know. I never tried it. It says community car wash. I guess you could bring your water, or if they don't have it here, you bring your things, and this is a dedicated area where you want to wash your cars. They don't want you doing it in the parking lot in front of the apartment. They don't want you working on your car at all because it disturbs the neighbors, which makes sense. That's beautiful. I actually just discovered that this week, and we've been here, 3 months already, right? Cool. So we have bigger apartment, cheaper rent. We have parking lots. A parking space We have two at least dedicated to us, but we could have guests, visitors, or whatever. There's plenty of spaces to park here. And we have the amazing pool, which we are walking to. So we're gonna skip the pool for now, which, like I said, is a way that we can spend the weekends when my wife is tired. She got to deal with two girls doing her hair and all that. She really is tired on the weekend, so we don't have to go so far. We usually just head on over to the pool. We might make a couple sandwiches, bring it over. I might bring a beer, bring it over. Like, it's just a lot easier to do things here and not have to spend money, right? But another thing that, like I said, is the houses. If you're used to New York prices, you're gonna see when you come down here what you could get for your money. It's just a lot more. It's just way more. And I'm talking about $400,000. You could get a house. I just went all the way around the long way. Don't really have to do this if you want to come to the pool. You could go through the front. Well, there's a couple of entrances. I want to take a little walk and show you guys the entrance through here so you can see the back as well, and that car wash I showed you. But the houses, you're talking about, you could get a 4 or 5 bedroom, for $400,000. That's impossible to find in New York City. I know Orlando's expensive. If you go further down or further up in the outskirts, you could find something way cheaper, especially a starter home. You could be at around 200,000, 225, and it's just more bang for your buck. You don't have to stress your whole life wanting to make more money, working 2 jobs, and not really living life, enjoying it with your family. I hope the pool is open today, because I think yesterday they were cleaning it and they locked it. I think it's open, so I could give you guys a tour. This is beautiful. Feels like you're living in a resort. And as you can see, it's a weekday. Since it's a weekday, it's pretty empty. Here we have 4 feet. It's a huge pool. Up there is the gym. I don't know if you guys can see it when I get around. Probably show you more. But it's a nice, very big pool. 5 feet. We do have some people that live in those apartments. I guess they just deal with the music on the weekends, especially. We do have people that come and enjoy themselves here. We've met a few. This is, on this end, 8 feet 6 inches, which is amazing for me. Obviously, when I'm doing the swimming, pretty filled. Today's pretty cool. I thought I was gonna jump in, but the weather is telling me, look, that's that front entrance actually through that side on the left over there. That's the laundry room. People that don't, it's 81 degrees, but it feels cold. Feel cool because of the breeze. People that don't have a washer and dryer, look, the gym is right there if you wanted to come and work out. They have bathrooms over there for when you're at the pool. Look how big this pool is. And this is included in your rent, as part of the fees. And I'm telling you, we're paying $1,800 per month for this apartment. You will get nothing like this if you was in New York or, anywhere that's expensive. I'm just gonna show you a little bit of the other side of the pool so you can see that you will not have a problem. I hope you guys could see it. And honestly, I've learned a couple things. Last time I recorded this video, the first video, which was yesterday. Look, it goes all the way over there. I wasn't recording in landscape and, kind of didn't like it. But I still uploaded it because my goal is to upload at least 2 videos a week. And if I could upload every day, I will. As long as I'm talking to you guys about something that's important or something that's educational, where you guys can learn something and think maybe you want to make the move, you just do it. It's never gonna be perfect time. It's never gonna be a perfect day. It's not gonna happen. You have to make things happen, and that's why I am recording every day because I know that eventually I'll get better angles. I'll learn how to shoot better. I'll learn how to edit better. Right now I'm not doing any editing, but I am practicing on the desktop at home. I am getting my practice in. If you guys have any suggestions for editing, please comment down below. Take a look at this. Usually we park right here to enter the pool through there. Because we have little kids, we could walk because we're literally like right over there. But you know, we have kids, we gotta bring in a lot of things. It's just a pain in the ass. But getting back to the topic, I want you guys to follow me on this journey. I want you to see that in 1 year, you're gonna see our channel grow. You're gonna see a lot better quality, a lot better production, more feeling better in front of the camera and comfortable, which I'm not even getting in front of the camera right now, but got somebody working out over there. This is the pickleball, I guess, pickleball court. It's pretty huge. I don't get it. More apartments over there. It's pretty big. But look at the sky, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. Even though it's a cloudy day, it's a beautiful day. But yeah, I'm just showing and telling you guys about things. The pool is a huge deal for us right now because you know we're right next to Disney, not far. We came to Disney World 3 times last year when we lived in New York. And I guess now you think about it more, you know, the income is not as high. So you wanna, in the beginning, we spend a lot of money to make the move. This is where we get our mail. We each have our key. If they leave a package, they'll leave a key in your thing to a number, depending on how big your package is, and you could open. This is a little basketball courts. But yeah, we haven't been to Disney because, you know, we trying to recoup. I'm still trying to get a job that pays. I mean, I am gonna start doing Uber if nobody calls by next week. Not gonna lie, I'm gonna do that full time. Even though it takes a lot of my time, I'll probably find some way to get in some videos as I go around the city. This is a little nice community, mainly Spanish and African Americans, or whatever you want to call them, black people, whatever we are, we're all the same, but you know, it's mainly us. You do have other cultures too, I've seen, but not many. Predominantly us. Here we have a little playground, which I don't know, it's been locked, but sometimes I see kids in there. I don't know what's going on. But this is something that I tell you, I feel it's an upgrade. It's been a wonderful thing for us. And a little bit about me is that, you know, you guys know I'm a nurse. If you watched the first video, that I haven't gotten my Florida license. But you know I'm a nurse, and to be honest, I started in the hospital as a housekeeper back in 2008. Did that for a couple of years, almost 2 years. Then I went to patient transport, got a little comfortable there. And I did that for like 6 years because, you know, I got cool with the management, you know, letting you get away with a lot of things. So I stood there for way too long. After that, I was afraid to leave to like a secretary or front office, whatever you want to call that. You know, a desk job where you're talking to people more. You know, your day-to-day is with a person, or, you know, we're talking to nurses and doctors. People will be afraid to upgrade, but that pushed me into talking with, you know, doctors and nurses who were encouraging me to stick to it. Go to school, take it easy, do it slow, and just don't give up. And that's exactly what I did. I went to school. While I was working there, I got my degree and went and got a nursing job. But I say that to say that I'm not afraid to start over. I'm not afraid to start over. I'm not afraid to figure it out. Of course, it's hard, but I tell you one thing, later on, when friends and family, they gonna see, oh wow, look, they made it once we buy a house, once we've settled in, oh, they had it so easy, this isn't that. People always see the end product. They don't see the late nights thinking, what are you gonna do next? How am I gonna make this money? What am I gonna do? I don't wanna go back to New York. Tell you one thing, before I go back to New York, I'll give another state a try. I'll give California a try. Pretty sure they don't have the same requirements as Florida for the nursing license. But don't get me wrong, I still have my fingers crossed that sometime this week, next week, they will give me my license. And that is really gonna change everything. Because this time off really helped me think and appreciate having when you do get a job, having a job and doing more with your time, you know. Your time's off, just get out there and hustle. Hustle, don't stop. Get out there, you know, you're Monday through Fridays. As a nurse, I only work 3 days a week. But you know, on my days off, I'll probably do a little Uber, you know, catch up on some of the payments I gotta make. That's another pool over there. Never really been in there. That one's small. That's a clubhouse and the HOA office right here. But that's a clubhouse. Never been to the clubhouse myself. But yeah, getting back to it, and I know it might seem boring, but this is really about the move from New York to Florida. And obviously when my wife is with me, she's not at work, it's gonna be usually on the weekends. We're gonna make way better videos. Clubhouse. All right. We'll make way better videos, and I'm sure you guys will learn something from us. And any comments, any suggestions you have, please leave it in the comments below. Any ideas you guys give us, or give me, whatever. I'm open. I'm learning. I'm just showing you around for now, but still talking to you about what it takes to move. One thing I tell you is you gotta say you're only gonna be this age for so long. Actually, my wife's cousin, they live right there, which is one of the reasons why we chose this complex. Right over there we have a gas station, but they have like a Spanish lady that cooks. Because, you know, obviously it's not only her, but they have good food like pernil, rice and beans, all that Spanish stuff. Pretty good. It's not bad. I tried it before. Sometimes when I want to go get a beer, I just cross the street, don't even drive. And this video is type long. I don't want to bore you guys. I'm just trying to throw everything out there. And I promise that I will learn how to speak better. I will learn how to edit videos and how to make more interesting content. For now, I'm just giving you my story. What are we going through right now? What we are going through right now, I mean. And letting you know, it's possible. Anything is doable. You just have to try it. And if your kids are small and you're doing it for them, you will never regret it. Home will always be home. Like I said, worst comes to worst, I'll pack my things, probably put it in a storage. This is like a little dog park here. Put it in a storage, and you know, worst comes to worst, I'll go back to New York and stay at my mother's for a little while and stack up some more money and come down with a business. But the goal, ultimate goal here is I want to start a food truck. I've always had a passion for cooking. I'm afraid of that too, but I'm gonna learn. Somehow, some way, I'm gonna learn. This is where we throw our trash. We put like the heavy stuff in here. We got mattresses and stuff. I guess they just cleaned it out because that was full not long ago. And up there we have a chute. We put our trash in there. And we actually drive the trash here. It's a compactor. Throw it in the chute, and that's the only uncomfortable part. In New York, you just go downstairs and dump it there, whatever. Here we drive the garbage in our car. Some people put it on the hood and drive very slow, but it is beautiful. I hope I didn't record like the name of the complex. I don't want to give anybody my address like that. This is the internet. But you got the idea. This has been New Yorkers in Florida, letting you know that if you ever thought about making the move, if you're just leasing in New York, man, give it a try. It'll be cheaper if you drive yourself, you pack your stuff and drive it yourself. I could tell you it'll be a lot cheaper than how much we spent. But we actually signed this lease while we were on maternity leave and took a flight back home and pay somebody to pack our things and drive it on down for us. And my wife quit her job from here. I was supposed to stay till May, didn't last. And I guess we live and we learn. But at the end of the day, what I want you to take from these type of videos and what we're gonna be talking about and what we're gonna be showing is the quality of life difference, and that not everybody's as prepared as you think when they make a move. Some people just make a move, follow God, and put faith in God. I'm not saying just do it blindly. If you know you can't do it, no. Try to find a job at least. And worst comes to worst, if you have two good cars and you guys are a couple, start working Uber until you find a job. You'll make money. You'll find a way to make it. You just have to try. If you don't do it now, you probably never will. And if you do it when you're old, you're gonna regret it, because you can give your kids and family a better quality of life. So this has been New Yorkers in Florida. Comment below if you have anything you want me to talk about next, and let me know. All right. Thank you. See you on the next one.